What's the new double rake go for right now? You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. So what happened last time was, well, this thing started defeating me just on one little thing. We put the new air conditioning compressor and I stripped that out. It's an aluminum housing. I just went a little too tight. Don't worry about that. So I got that from Abilene Machine and I called them up and I said, hey, I need this part. I said it got stripped out and they said, alrighty, we'll send you one. I said, okay. He said, it's on its way. I said, yeah? He said, yep, you're all good. So I appreciate people like that. Even though it was, well, my fault, they're like, stuff happens and we'll make it work. We'll make it good. So the starter went bad in the 2950 on the mixer. So it's at the starter place. So I might as well pop these wires off and the chopper grounds, and I'm gonna drop those off and get that done up. Then it's sitting. I did order a boatload of parts for this. Well, not a boatload. Belts, the receiver dryer, the dryer for this. There's some other things that I ordered. The drain there, some fittings. So hopefully that will be, we'll get that from greenpartsstore.com. I ordered a bunch of stuff last night. Now I can't even think of it. But, alrighty, let's pop that off and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna run it so that I can put a on-off switch, a kill switch right here. So then what I learned from previous doing of this, because of you guys in the comments, you should go to the ground on that. So I can put the ground to here because that's your ground wire. And then we can put an on-off switch, mount it off of here, and then it jumps across, goes to there, and away we go. So we'll do that. That should probably keep that better. I also need a inline fuse here for this. So yeah, that's my end piece. It's pretty warm. So got cables that they're making for that. Then we can check wiring, everything else like that, check that it's charging. Hopefully, other than it not having AC charged, we'll be in a good boat to get going into grass. I was looking back through and all of a sudden I'm like, holy, we should be mowing grass for third cutting. So gotta get this off, gotta get it on the rake and dry it to go through that and make that as good as we possibly can for third cutting. And then we'll have to spend some time with it. Parts from Kuhn are very slow, but we'll take this off. Yanko just wants to be in the AC. He's not a fan of any, oh my God, it's like 1,000,000 degrees in here. Like, well, this is what we're battling. You got some rake teeth that are screwed up. Look at that. That's a new arm too. It's just so, these shafts are wore out. So a good one would be something like this. Nice and tight. Not nice and tight. So we got to take those arms off. We do got a broken one. The plan is to put new shafts where any of them are wore out. Like this one's even wore out. But with that being said, you have to split everything on the rotors. And like I said, we're already behind. So I'm gonna do what I know how to do, and we're gonna jerry rig it to get through this cutting, and then after that this should get a bunch of love. I'm amazed at how low this is. Look at that, just smoked. So alrighty, let's pop those arms off and see what we got to work with. So they should be a nice round shaft, and this is what we have. So as you see, it's all tapered, holes are all egged out from wobbling around. This rake had seen a lot of acres before we got it. Granted, bought it for $6,500. What's the new double rake go for right now? 30, 34, maybe 26. I think 26 is what I saw for a cost double rake or something like that. But yeah, so we can weld on it for a little bit and get it through it. It was something cheap and quick to get into it. Otherwise I would have been double or single raking trying to keep up in front of the chopper. So, but yeah, to get these out takes quite a bit of work. So you got to split everything apart and spin it around. I do believe so, like the other one. Loosen this up so you can get in and get things out, because there's a like roller coaster that goes around that actually rotates these. So we'll weld them up some and see what we can do. We'll fill the holes in and then drill them out and see if that solves some of our issues. Took a break from the rake. Had to go pick up our goods. So new cables, got the starter. So 2950s starter went out this morning. Throw that in, and then when he's done he can go right back to mix and feed. Always a struggle when you don't take it apart. You don't know where you put the nuts and bolts. I'm not sure where the nut is. Always helps when you know where things are. Plus I don't have small fingers. What could go wrong? Where could we drop? Okay. There's a lot of tools out here for just a simple project. Can't even get into it. Deere makes this crappy design. Real crappy design. Okay, I got the bottom in. Let me show you what's going on here. So, the top, yeah, right in there, it's just really tight. I know there's specialty stuff, but we'll tighten the bottom up, and then that will pull the top in a little bit. Then I can get a wrench in and put it on and go. Some days I wonder with engineers what they were thinking when they did stuff, but oh yeah, that was easy. Just a little thinking and you're good. Ratchet wrenches are nice too. So we're good there. Just put these bolts in the side rail. Ooh. How the hell did that? It bent down so much. That's odd. There we go. I'll let him hook up his wires. He said he took a picture. He said that's good enough. So started back in, back onto the rig. Got all sorts of goodies for both that and chopper as far as cables. But I'd like to get some of this done. I am absolutely soaked. It's humid. So here's where I am. I welded that. I'm waiting on some drill bits. I sent my father. And then I welded all of these ends that were worn out. This one needs a little more weld still, side to side. Filled the holes in the middle. So what I'll do, it works with a, I don't know where I put it, hole saw bit. You can slide it down. Problem is I only got an inch and a half. These are 1.25 inch, just about sleeves. So you can see on like this one I went around. So I'll take the bit and I'll just slide back and forth. That will make it flush. Slide the arms back on, drill the bolt holes. I did tap them all through, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully I got the fronts all good. I did end up welding that one that broke off. The reason it broke off was it just wore out of life. So this one was that. I gotta drill that from the bottom up. But I'm using my gauge, my real scientific gauge here. Then we're gonna rob some. Actually, I think I got some more tines. So this is my gauge. So, yep, that will be just about perfect. Get some high spots. But 1/4 inch wrench. So make them all tight again. That one's actually pretty good still. I think this one might need some love. Definitely needs a new bolt. Alrighty. Yeah, it's brutal. It's really, really humid. So I think tomorrow's hot too. Just thought I had it figured out. So that's looking pretty good, right? But the problem is that's too narrow. So I had him grab me a 1 1/4 because, well, let me show you. This is 1 1/2. It's too big. So I said, oh, I'm probably 1 1/4. Actually, I know it's 1 1/4. We've been using that wrench. But what I didn't think about is that's 1 1/4 outside, not inside. So just looked it up. I can get 1 3/8, and I'll probably re-weld these ends, and then I think it says they got 4 in stock. I'll get all 4 because this is fighting me too much. So alrighty, I'll clean my mess up. I got brake pieces everywhere, and then tomorrow I gotta go to a farm in the morning, and then I'll dive into this, and hopefully by the nighttime we'll be in a good boat and the mowers can be running and we'll get a bunch dropped. Frustrating. So gotta do these, gotta put a new pin in the back there. We didn't go through the front wheels. That's gonna be after this. We'll grease them and keep them greased and send it down the road. So trying to tighten this up so I don't pick up as much dirt and we don't break things and we don't miss grass. So you can see like this one's bent down, so we got to do something back there. But once I have all the right tools, it really won't take me that long to slide right through all this stuff. So, alrighty, I'll catch you guys tomorrow when I grab all this stuff.